Okay, how should I say good morning? Should I say good morning? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Which one is better?
That sounds like an echo.
All right. So since we are
Somewhere in,
dealing with
may I just say, somewhere in between the Robin Williams good morning and your good morning.
good morning. Very good morning to all of you. Thank you, Pooja, for introducing me, and thank you so much for having me as a part of this webinar series. And I'm very grateful, and hats off to you that you have actually mobilized so many people and so many speakers to organize this, which I'm sure many of us are going to benefit from. Yeah, thank you once again. I'm going to start this now because we are talking about bringing in an element of voice acting. So I had to do that little bit with good morning because most of the time, good morning is what is the first connector with our people. So when I say good morning, I don't know whether it has an impact. When I say good morning, doesn't have an impact. So we also need to know how do we sound. Okay, how do we sound is very, very important. Can you hear the sounds? Are you able to hear the sounds?
Yes.
There's a water sound. There's a sound of the wind. What was that?
Train. Train.
Doorbell. What was that?
Door creaking.
Door creaking. Yeah. So everything in nature has a sound. Everything in nature has a sound. And that is why they assert their presence in nature. Nothing has its existence without sound. Everything can produce sound. Yeah. And to talk about it, let's see what kind of sounds humans make. Can anybody make these sounds? Anybody volunteering to make these sounds? No one.
I can't howl, can't roar.
How do
I
we
can
do the
probably hum a tune.
I'm sorry?
I could probably just hum a tune where it says sing out.
Yeah, hum a tune. Maybe not sing, just hum. Don't say the words.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And how do we do achoo? And how do we stammer? Just like Shah Rukh Khan. In the Kiran. Yeah, right. How do we cry? The sound of cry, the sob, and and the sigh. Ah, can somebody whistle? Whoops! Who was that? How the sound of a hiccup and the burp.
Dog sound is easier.
Okay. And how do we snore? Do you even know how do you snore? Whether you snore? All right. Okay. So the point here is that we humans make so many different kinds of sounds. Okay. And that is how we assert our existence in nature. And human voice is like almost the thoughts converted into sound. And this is something which is very, very special to only human beings. And it's time immemorial when human voice was actually used for expressions before even the musical instruments were invented. Do you know that human voice has great ability to change pitches, change volume, change the feeling, change the emotion, and do so much with the way we sound. See, somebody coughed, so we can know the sound of the cough.
पायल की झनकार बैरनिया पायल कार बेरनिया झननन बाजे कैसे मोरे झननन बाजे कैसे मोरे पिया से मिलन कैसे जाऊं सखीरी मैं हाय हाय why did it have to end like this? Where is the love that we found? You don't seem to remember it.
Did you hear the song?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you see that there is a musical element to the human voice? There's a huge musical element to the human voice. So even before instruments were invented, various kinds of instruments were invented, human voice was the way to express. Human voice was the way to connect with people. And all the musical instruments that we see today are based upon the abilities of the human voice. So we cannot outdo.
Shilpi, if I may just add, I think what you are referring to is also somewhere the tribals of this world who have probably moved on into modern life. They had a musical way of being, expressing and communicating.
Yeah, absolutely. It starts from time immemorial. You know, when we were not civilized, but we used the ability of our voice to communicate and connect, right? And the instruments that the tribal people actually developed, and then it kept developing with civilization. But human voice was the crux of communication for us.
पायल
So we need to know that we use voices every day, our voices every day to connect with people. But who are the people who use it professionally very often? They're teachers, doctors, public speakers, trainers, corporate presenters.
TV
Uh,
anchors.
I'm sorry? Yeah, TV anchors, announcers, MCs, hawkers. Have you heard those?
TV anchors.
Yeah, TV anchors. Yeah, TV anchors, TV announcers, radio announcers. Okay. Then there are MCs who are handling a live audience. Salespeople, they need to pitch very well and sound convincing to make a sale. Call center agents need to connect with the person on the other end because they're not able to show their face. Nobody's able to see the face, but telephone is the medium and voice is the tool. Okay, do you remember hawkers? Nowadays we are not traveling, and most of the time we travel is by flight. But remember the days we traveled by train, and there were hawkers on the platforms, and you could hear chai wala, coffee wala, chai, 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 coffee, 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 and you know you can't see them inside; they are so far away, but their voices can be heard. So you know if you are in the 12th bogie, there's a chai wala coming. Now, how do they do that? How do they actually are able to project their voice so well that without training their voice, without raising their volumes, they are able to project what they are saying without the use of a mic. They're far away, but we are able to hear them. That is a skill. So without a mic, they can actually be audible. And throughout the day, they are doing chai, 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 coffee, 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 but they are not tiring out. They are doing that throughout the day. Then we have storytellers. Many corporates, they have to do storytelling sessions. They have to fight conflicts in the office. They have to work on team building. They have to work on communication skills. A lot of aspects. Seniors have to give feedback to their subordinates. So there are times when we connect with instances or incidents, or to drive a lesson or drive a point or a message, we use story as a medium. And many people have taken up the art of storytelling today because they think that that is where we are losing our connection. We don't meet very often. We don't share stories very often. We are depending so much on visual medium that our ability to connect with people is kind of fading away. And then, of course, the voice actors. What do the voice actors do? Anybody has an idea? Because when I entered into the world of voice acting, I had no idea what is voice acting.
I would probably try to explain it as expressing your emotions through your voice instead of your body language.
But do you think that a voice can be compartmentalized? Can it work separately? A voice
I,
is connected with our mental attitudes and our passion in the heart. It is impossible to make the voice effective without the mental attitudes and the passion in the heart, all three being together and all of that. Today, I'm using my hand gestures right now to talk to you. Why? My body language, my body physiology is coming into play. And if I restrict myself, I will not be able to portray that in my voice. So voice actors have to use their entire existence. It is impossible to make voice effective without your entire existence. The mental attitudes, the passion in your heart, the body language, all go with voice. Can anybody volunteer us to tell a story? Anybody interested? A very short story, a minute story.
Over there in my favorite place at Kathmandu, maybe for tomorrow or for today. I made this bindi because I said Abba won't have, so for us two it is enough.
Hello.
Right, 1 minute.
is that a story?
Amina,
I don't know. I didn't hear any story.
can I tell? So, but
Yes,
my
Pooja.
stories usually do not end. So I'll tell one story which I was telling my kid actually. Hope you don't mind kid stories.
No
Okay.
problem. In fact, I teach voice acting starting from kids' stories because they give us the ample scope to actually get rid of all our inhibitions and to emote and animate. So go ahead, the kid story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was a little squirrel in a jungle. She was a very sweet animal and she used to help everyone. But she had one fear, one big fear in her life. She used to fear elephants and she used to think that if she goes in front of an elephant, the elephant is going to kill her. So she kept, one day she found an elephant who was just standing near a tree. She got so scared that she literally ran, screaming on the top of her voice that, she's in danger and the animal, the elephant is going to kill her. And she spread the rumor all over the jungle. Everybody was talking about elephant has gone haywire, elephant is going to kill the squirrel. When elephant heard about this, he was very angry. How can she talk about me like this? I didn't do anything. I didn't even look at her. He decided to teach her a lesson. So he went to the squirrel and said, how can you spread rumor about me? Stop talking bad things about me, otherwise I'm going to teach you a lesson. But the squirrel was too scared. She was terrified. She again started shouting. The elephant decided to kill her, and he put his leg, and he was about to smash her into pieces when another wise elephant came and stopped him. This elephant said, why are you doing this? This poor squirrel is so small. Why are you killing her? So the elephant told him
Okay.
that yeah, I think it's getting longer, then I
Okay.
can stop
All
here.
right. Yeah, Pooja, the reason I asked for someone to volunteer a storytelling, I don't know if anybody noticed or not, but, and I don't know, Pooja, if you two noticed or not, I could see that when you wanted to say that, why are you killing? There was a matter of concern, sense of concern, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And she again started doing that. You stressed, emphasized on the word again, correct?
yeah,
So these are the things that we subconsciously do because we want to drive a message to the receiver of our message. Okay, we want to drive the point. We want to communicate certain points to the receiver of our message. Correct? So we very
yeah,
subconsciously use this fall and rise of our voices, the inflection, the feeling, the volume, the pitch. We change everything. Correct? We do it subconsciously. But when we do it consciously, we are called performers, right? Because as a conscious performer, we have to take care of many things. because voice artists, when they are delivering a content or they're performing a vocal delivery, a verbal delivery, they cannot be seen, they can only be heard. There are TV ads, documentaries, narrations, the radio announcers, radio commercials, TV commercials. There are e-learning modules. There's so many ways that the voice actors are performing. They cannot be seen, but can only be heard, but their voices are felt. Their voices are felt by the listeners, and they are the professional storytellers. They are trained to do so.
मेरी आवाज ही पहचान है कर याद है तो ना गुम जाएगा.
Thank you so much. Yes. So I might not be singing, but I am still connecting with my listeners because my voice can be heard and felt as a voice artist. It is my role to bring life to words or infuse the written words with life. And with what? Through the tool of my voice. And that is why voice actors are actually the ones who use the emotional intelligence to the maximum and bring it to the fore to do justice to the written words. Tomorrow I might be voicing something Pooja has written. So Pooja gives me a copy and I will have to do justice to that by infusing life into those written words that is written by Pooja. And that is why it is important that as a voice artist, a performer or a voice artist, a voice actor masters the art of voice modulation. And let me tell you, they are adept at voice modulation because they get paid for it. It is their job to do it so well that their voice sells and they get paid for doing that. They get paid for their art. They get paid for their voice. So this is a profession where you get paid for the voice. And as an actor, you have no scope of faltering with your delivery because your client is paying you for that. So there's no scope of faltering with your delivery. The pauses have to be correct. The words, the key words that are going to be emphasized have to be correct. The feeling has to be there. The rate of speech has to be all right because your client is paying you for that. It's a great world. When I entered into this world, I had no idea where am I going. But today, I think it's a beautiful world and there's a lot of creativity. And that is where I got very interested when Anil Sethi, Pooja's friend, introduced me to Pooja. And then they talked about this sensual intelligences because we are connected with our senses. Okay, coming to the part of voice modulation, I had voiced this Lakshmi Diamonds ad. And the tagline says, Inspirations Unlimited. Would anybody like to say it? Inspirations Unlimited. Businesses go by taglines, right? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Every business is conveying a message through their tagline. Anybody wants to try saying this tagline like a voiceover artist?
Yeah, try.
Okay, Shrikant, go on.
Inspirations Unlimited.
Not bad, very good. Anybody else? Thank you, Shrikant.
I'll give a try.
Yes.
Inspirations Unlimited.
Little more feel.
Inspirations Unlimited.
Thank you so much.
I can't feel it. I do not know why, but I was not able to feel it.
That's all right. That's why we are all here. Okay.
also
Anybody
try.
else?
Yeah, I would like to try.
Okay, Pooja.
Inspirations
Yes,
Unlimited.
Thank you, Pooja. Very well. All right. The idea I wanted you to do this is for you to understand that it's really not that an easy job. Okay. When I did this, voice this ad or a corporate AV that we call in our terms, my client asked me to give variations for the last tagline. Now, variations, imagine there are only 2 words and I have to give variations. So it's quite a challenging job, but very interesting too. So I go like this. Inspirations Unlimited. Inspirations Unlimited. Inspirations unlimited. Inspirations unlimited. So there are 4 variations. I can give a couple of more variations the client wants, but it is my job to give variations to the client and they choose the best out of it, what suits their requirement mentally, emotionally to go with their product or their brand name.